All right, this is Brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned is true from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word to the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aquath that's listening and learning. Today, there's going to get into multiple topics, man, because there's a lot that's going on in the world right now. You know, people are preparing for the inauguration day next week. Wow, it's crazy to think about it. That's next week, but you know, that's getting ready to go down next week. As you see right here, you know, House votes to impeach Trump for insurrection. Unclear when the case will go to the Senate. You know, so this is still in the works as far as Trump being impeached. They have the thousands of troops coming from all over, you know, the nation or whatever to go to D.C. next week so they can, quote unquote, protect what's going on over there and everything like that. And they're bringing troops, I believe, to the 50 state capitals. So this is a thing that's happening pretty much all around the country as far as an inauguration day that's happening next week. Then I got another video that I'm going to bring out where Trump knows about the UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord. OK, so pretty much, man, it's a lot going on in the world. And hey, this is what we've been hoping for, man. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been praying for. And man, we getting close, man. And so now it's really that time to stay prayed up, stay fasting, doing everything that's necessary for us so we can finally reach that salvation. Yahweh Ratazah, meaning Lord willing. All right. So I'm not going to read this article right here. You know, this is just as I said, like it says right here, House votes to impeach Trump for insurrection. Unclear when the case will go to Senate. So, you know, right now they're in the process, they're in the works of impeaching Trump for the insurrection that he has done. You know, he's been on Twitter and all these other things telling people to fight harder for him to get back in office or stay in office, I should say, and everything like that. And that pretty much made the people, you know, invade the Capitol, which we saw last week. So, you know, people like, man, that wasn't a manly move. That wasn't a presidential type move that Trump did, because he pretty much, you know, I ain't gonna say instigated, but he pretty much, you know, put the spirit on people to do these things, man. So he's probably about to get up out of here. Yeah, like I said, here comes this right here. It says FBI memo warns law enforcement across U.S. of possible armed protests at 50 state capitals. All right, so I'm going to see if this video played. Last time I played this video was acting kind of weird or whatever, but we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. Of course, they always got to have a ad. When I'm going to let the ad go past, there's only 20-some seconds left. But, you know, we coming to some crazy times, man. We live in a real life movie at the moment, man. Real life movie. And this is what we hoping for, man. This is what we've been waiting for, man. It's beautiful because we know that we about to get up out of here, man. We about to get up out of here. The more and more we see America crumble, and that's the closer and closer that we get to our kingdom, man. And it's great. It's great. So let me, okay. Let me, hold on, something happening. Oh, right. Let me turn this off real quick. Start it over real fast.
A new FBI memo warning about the possibility of armed protests across all 50 state capitals ahead of Inauguration Day. A senior law enforcement official also saying that an armed group is threatening to travel to Washington to stage an uprising if President Trump is removed from office. NBC News investigations correspondent Tom Winter joins me now. Tom, what else do you know? What else can you tell us about these potential protests, and how are law enforcement agencies preparing given the security failures we saw at the Capitol last week?
Right, Allison, two great questions. So the FBI's National Crisis Coordination Center put out a memorandum. It's coming from information gathered by the ATF, the DEA, the Park Service, Parks Police, I should say, the U.S. Marshals, DOD, essentially putting together and saying, well, what are we seeing out there that's open source? What are we hearing from our own sources of information? What are we getting from social media? And a couple of key themes emerged as a result of that reporting. The first is this idea that starting perhaps on or around the 17th of January, there's going to be the potential for armed protests at state capitals, and particularly the state capitals where there have been issues raised as far as the electoral vote tally and certification that's been done. So I think we all know the states at this point. And then on top of that, you've got some reporting that if for somehow Congress invokes the 25th Amendment on or around January 16th, that there could be a armed uprising in the nation's capital, where, of course, we just had problems. Now, of course, there's an issue with that, Allison. Congress can't invoke the 25th Amendment, so not quite sure where all that's coming from. But the bottom line is, look, this is very consistent with what we saw leading up to the 6th. This is very consistent with what we've seen since online and in social media. And we've got a situation where we have a segment of the U.S. population that believes that there is a need for an armed protest or armed uprising at various sites to protest the results of this election. And obviously law enforcement, if anybody needed to be woken up to that fact, an alarm clock of epic scales went off last week.
Yeah. All right, Tom, let's talk more about last week, because there is still so much to figure out and unpack from Wednesday. The FBI initially said they had no indication of potential violence last Wednesday, but your reporting tells a very different story. What are you hearing from your sources about what happened in the lead up to the rally and the riots at the Capitol last week?
Right. So clearly there's a disconnect, right? So on the FBI side, it's the reporting of my colleague Ken Delanian that there was an effort by the FBI to knock on doors, to visit with people they might suspect would travel to D.C., people that are extremists that might try to carry out acts of violence. So there was an effort there. We know from the reporting from myself and my colleague Jonathan Dienst that the NYPD sent a note through their Operation Sentry, which is an effort to coordinate and collaborate with law enforcement agencies across the country, almost 800, Allison, an advisory saying, look, we're seeing a lot of threats, we're seeing a lot of rhetoric surrounding the election, surrounding the electoral tally. They sent that leading up to the 6th. Besides that, they sent a separate memo directly to Capitol Police, which, according to our reporting, was even more detailed about potential threats and potential rhetoric that was occurring online. So those reports tend to be fairly detailed, comprehensive analysis, and include actionable intelligence. So we know that went out as well. We know that they weren't the only agency that was involved with this either. There, Allison.
Tom, I want to play a clip from Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney this morning describing what he saw inside the Capitol last Wednesday. Here it is.
I was on the other side of that door when those people were breaking down the glass. And on the Senate side, that Capitol Police officer lured that mob away, because what was going on the other side of those doors was that senators and members of Congress were being escorted down internal stairways to safety. But it was about 60 seconds earlier. If they had gotten there 60 seconds earlier and breached those doors, you could have had a mass hostage situation that might still be going on with dozens of members of Congress.
Tom, we've also learned that 2 men who had zip tie style restraints are now being charged with federal crimes. Do we have any sense or any idea if some of these rioters had plans beyond just breaching the Capitol?
Yeah, and since we just got the court documents, we can also add taser to the list of things that one of those men had on their person, Allison. We don't yet know the full scope of the plot or the plans. You know, what's happening right now is federal law enforcement, they're just trying to make arrests and get these people that are very clearly seen in pictures like the one we're looking at, to get them into handcuffs, to get them off the street, and to figure out what the heck the actual plan was here, to the extent that there was one. Who else could be out there that they need to get to? And they basically just need to do the bare minimum from a law enforcement standpoint to make arrests and get this done. We'll have to see when indictments come out in the future if the potential plots or the ideas and the sense of how big this could have gone, see if that starts to work its way out in future court paperwork, Allison.
Tom, it was terrifying when it happened last week, and the more we learn about those riots, about the attacks, the more details we get, it's just absolutely horrifying. Thank you so much for helping us to really better understand what's going on last week and what could be coming in the next few days.
What could be coming in the next few
News has
days?
learned
Yeah, we don't want to hear what you got to say. But at the end of the day, you know, as we just heard, you know, man, they had FBI going to certain people's doors and everything like that, seeing if they had any intentions of going to D.C. because they trying to get people to calm down and everything like that. They're trying to get people to be at ease and all of that, because Esau pretty much, he's divided within himself right now, man. His own people is coming against himself, and they're not regarding their princes and everything like that. As I'm gonna get in a second, Ezra, they're not caring about any of these things no more, man. Like we all say, man, Trump, it was Esau's last big hope, man. This is their leader. This is their shining star, man. Trump was giving them that rulership spirit back, like, yeah, this is our America, this is our land, and they wasn't ashamed to show who they really are, man. Wicked people, evil people, and just like all the brothers been saying, if that was Jake who would have invaded the state capitol and everything like that, man, it would have been bodies all over the floors, man, bodies all over the grounds outside, all kind of things, man. But they can go ahead and invade the capitol and nothing happens to them, man. Now, we have heard that certain of them have been arrested and everything like that. Is that true? I don't know. Because as we all know, this was a staged thing. There was videos going around where they had some police officers waving the people in. Like, yeah, come in this way. And then, all the people pretty much, bum rush the Capitol and everything like that. Then, as we all know, the Simpsons never been lying. What's the dude with the weird costume with the horns or whatever he was wearing with the tattoos and everything? The Simpsons revealed that. Had the same looking character, around the state capitol, holding up his whatever instrument he had, or holding up his fist and everything, and it's the exact same way that the dude did with this capitol thing, man. So, man, this whole thing is falling apart right in front of our eyes. But like we saying, the reason why they're doing this is because they need an excuse, man. They need an excuse to bring in martial law. They need an excuse to bring in the chip and so forth and so on, man. They need an excuse to bring this place down so then they can finally usher in a new world order. It's nothing but order out of chaos, man. All right. So that's what it is, man. I think I had one more article that I wanted to get into. McConnell is said to be pleased about impeachment, believing it will be easier to purge Trump from the GOP. Pretty much, yeah, that's the same thing, that's the Trump impeachment that's going on right now. And then we pretty much, kind of got into that earlier, just a little bit, but nevertheless, we're just going to go ahead and hop right into the scriptures real quick, because at the end of the day, man, it's crumbling. And this is a beautiful thing, man. We over here with our popcorn in our hands and our lick in the other hand, and we're enjoying this movie, man. It's a beautiful thing. So this is 2 Ezra 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." So, the pride of this place is definitely lifted up, and people are definitely uplifted within their spirits to take back their country, to get it back to the way it was. But as we all know, man, this place ain't going back to normal, man. It's a done deal. This is the new normal. This is how it's going to be. I was just speaking to a brother earlier, and, he was bringing out how, even when you get the jab, man, things still will not get back to normal. Bill Gates said it himself. He was like, man, the only way that this place get back to normal is if the whole world is at one accord, meaning the whole world has to be safe from what's going on outside, man. Okay? So until that happens, this place, you're going to continue to live like this, man. It's a done deal. But verse 16 says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And that's what we're seeing right now, man. These people are not thinking about the president. They're thinking about the president because they want Trump to stay in office, but they're not thinking about the Senate. They're not thinking about the House. They're not thinking about the governors. A lot of these people that's in these power seats are being threatened by regular people. They vandalized the dude, what's his name, McConnell, or something like that. The dude that rejected the $2,000 stimulus checks. I forget what his name was. They vandalized his house. Okay, spray painted all over it and everything like that. They invaded the Capitol. Now they're getting ready to have this armed militia march next week and everything like that, because they definitely believe something major is going to happen within an inauguration day and everything like that. And then the Elder Malcolm will bring out a video saying that Trump might actually stay in office because Obama and Joe Biden and a couple of other people are being charged with certain things, man. They might get ready to be arrested, man. Okay, so Trump might actually win, might actually stay in office because Joe Biden might get arrested next week or sometime this week. We'll see. We don't know. But at the end of the day, something definitely is getting ready to go down, man. Something major is about to happen, man, to the point where we're definitely about to see life change drastically. All right. And then Elder Malcolm, within his video too, was a thing that came out that said certain people won't even be able to travel without a visa. They won't be able to go into certain cities without a visa because of this march that's getting ready to happen, and for C-19. So hey, this scripture right here, man, shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. It's coming to life, man. It's definitely coming to life. Everything is coming into a place, man. The puzzle is being built right before our eyes, man. The pieces are coming together, man, and it's beautiful. Let's get 2 Thessalonians real quick. Gonna get 2 Thessalonians 2:7. And it says, for the mystery of iniquity to already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And that's what's happening right now. The wicked is being revealed. Every major thing that's been happening in America lately has been revealed. Everything has been staged and people are seeing it. They're like, man, this was a setup. I know a couple of people that was like, man, this seemed like this is the exact same thing that happened in those movies. Olympus Has Fallen and everything like that. They were like, man, this is the exact same thing that happened in those movies. I think it's Olympus Has Fallen and the sequel after that. And I forget what that was called, but they was like, man, this is exactly like these movies, because it is, man. They plan every single one of these things, man. And like I said, they doing this so then they can finally bring this chaos and they can finally bring in and usher in that new world order, man. The wicked is being revealed and a lot of people are seeing it and a lot of people are waking up. And that's why all of this insurrection and all of this division is happening, because now, like I said, the wicked is going against the wicked. Yeah, they're like, hey, man, what you doing out here, man? You messing us up on purpose. All right, we're going to get that real quick. It's going to get Isaiah 19:1. And it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. House of Peace of Trump for second time. I'm over here doing a lesson about this, and the news articles just keep sending me notifications, but that's cool. And verse 4, and it says, and the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts. So this is what we're seeing, man. We're seeing the Egyptians go against the Egyptians. We're seeing the Edomites go against the Edomites. All right. Because like I said, man, a lot of people are waking up to what's really going on, and it's just funny because, these heathen nations know what's going on, but you Israelites, man, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't have a damn clue of what's happening, man. Y'all still sleep. Here it is, posting all of these articles, doing all of these videos. You seeing these things happen right in front of your eyes, and Jake still don't believe that this is going down, man. You still got Jake over here getting ready to buy Jordan still. The main topic around Jake right now is Kyrie Irving or whatever, how he's disappearing from playing basketball and everything like that. And come on, man. You seeing this place crumble right before your eyes, and Jake just do not care. And this is why the Lord is going to turn his back on them. This is why 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed, man. You seeing this place crumble right before your eyes. You don't want to do anything to be saved up out of it. Hey, man, well, that's on you. That's on you. So I'm going to play this one last video when I was speaking about earlier with the UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord. All right. Because Trump knows what's going on, man. This is why, one of the reasons why, hold on, let me play the video.
Is that what we're looking at?
And rewind it. Okay. So Trump knows what's happening. You know, Trump knows that the angels of the Lord, which are upon those chariots, are coming back to destroy this place. This is why they came up with the Space Force. And one of the names of their spaceships is called the Dragon. And that's exactly what Esau is according to the scriptures. He is the dragon. Okay. They're getting ready for this, man. And Trump knows about it along with other people like him, especially the elites. All right. So I'm gonna play this video real quick and then I'm gonna get one scripture.
Well, if there's a good thing, it's rotated. My submission is that what we're looking at is truly, by definition, exotic technologies beyond next generation technologies.
Mr. President, as we wrap up here, are there UFOs?
Well, I'm going to have to check on that. I will tell you this. We now have created a military, the likes of which we've never had before in terms of equipment, the weapons that we have, and hopefully, hope to God, we never have to use them.
He said, hopefully we never have to use it, as if, you know, that's how powerful they are. You know, it could be in two senses. It can be he's saying that we don't have to use it because we don't want to have to hurt these these ultra beings that's out here, or he's saying that because he's afraid. Like, man, I hope this doesn't happen because if we have to go out there and fight, we're gonna die. Point blank. Period. Either way it go, we looking forward to it, man. We looking forward to this ultra showdown between Yahushua and Esau, man. We waiting for it, man. It's gonna be beautiful. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
It's probably time to stop calling people who believe in UFOs crackpots after the recent revelation that there's actually a Pentagon task force looking into them.
Those materials were engineered at an atomic level. It's a capability that we don't even possess. If they can prove that and demonstrate that, that'll raise a lot of interesting questions.
You think?
And after receiving 3 Israeli security awards, retired Israeli general and respected professor Chaim Eshed is now unveiling that yes, there are aliens among us, yes, Israel has made contact with them, and no, humanity is not ready for them.
This former space official also claims that President Trump knows about the alien existence, but was asked not to say anything to avoid the mass hysteria.
I can't speak on behalf of the government. Obviously, I'm not in the U.S. government anymore. My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
All of these videos have been leaked in the past, but the U.S. government now confirms they are genuine.
Before you leave office, will you let us know if there's aliens?
I won't talk to you about what I know about it, but it's very interesting.
That's not LNS though, is it? It's not. It is LNS, dude. Well, if there's a good thing, it's rotated.
The newest branch of our military is called the Space Force.
Yup, the Space Force. The Space Force. They getting ready, man. They getting ready. And once you know they set everything up, once they realize that they have to fight, once they realize that it's that time, hey man, that Space Force they gonna get their ass whooped, man. It's gonna be a done deal, man. Ain't no way you about to beat the chariots of the Lord, man. All right, one angel can take down this whole earth. One angel can take down this whole earth. You about to see thousands of angels come down here. You about to see Yahushua come down here. The elect is gonna be upon this place. Okay, with their new bodies, with their spiritual power. Ain't nothing you can do, man. It ain't nothing you can do. Yahushua gave you your wisdom so you can create all of this technology and all of your weapons and everything like that. He blessed you with the sword. So, hey, man, he could take away your blessing. He the one that gave it to you. But at the end of the day, his pride will allow him to think that he's going to overcome. But as we all know, like it's written in 2nd Ezra, okay, he was afraid, yet he durst fight. He was afraid. Once he realized what position he was in, once he realized the situation he was in, he's going to be like, man, what were we thinking about? What were we thinking about? But the spirit, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to put the spirit upon them to continue to do it anyway, man. Because why? You got to be destroyed. Point blank, period. You got to be destroyed. So this is Zechariah 5:1. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. What is that flying roll? The UFOs, man. I got to a heated debate with somebody a while ago about this. You know, oh man, you trying to tell me that, you know, God is going around in the spaceships? I'm like, yeah. Like what's so hard about that? What's so, fascinating, unfascinating about it or whatever? Why can't you believe this? Then I tried to break it down, but hey, the Most High ain't want to open his mind to this. So whatever, man. Hopefully he gets to see it and then he remember that conversation. And then, hey, guess what? You're going to live verse 3. This is verse 2. And it says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. This is the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth, man. What is that curse? The UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord, man. And why is it a curse? Because they're going to come down here and help destroy this place. It's a video that's going around the Brotherhood right now where it was a missile being shot or something like that. And then a chariot went in front of the missile and it looked like the chariot guided the missile. Looked like the chariot reversed the missile so it can shoot in another direction. And then it shot into a field or something like that. That's showing you how much power the chariots have, man. It's showing you the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Them chariots can get close to a missile and guide it. And that's exactly what's going to happen, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to use those angels to guide those missiles over here. Within the last days, they're going to make sure that these missiles hit in the correct areas of America and other parts of the world. So this place can be utterly destroyed completely. He's going to make sure he's going to use those angels to guide those missiles and destroy this place, man. And like I said, and you're going to see these chariots full blown. You ain't going to be seeing news articles with just, them looking like clouds or, they trying to get a good glimpse of it or anything like that, man. No, you're going to see them full blown. You're going to be looking in the sky like Independence Day. You're going to be like, oh, man, look at this. You're going to be seeing the elect get beamed up, and then you're going to be seeing the people who don't get beamed up get shot at by the lasers of the chariots, man. That's what's coming, man. That is the curse that's going over the face of the whole earth. It's coming, man. It's coming. Like I said, there's a lot going on in the world. UFOs, civil unrest, Trump impeachment, future martial law, division. Man, it's cracking out here, man. It's cracking to the fullest out here, man. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. This is just the beginning of 2021. Things are happening fast, man. So, hey, get right, stay in the spirit, because, hey, here it comes, man. Here it comes. We got to make sure we on the right side of you. How about Shem Yahushua, man? Because once, these videos or stop being, once we can't upload videos anymore and everything like that, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. We're going to have to just live by faith. 144% faith, man. So, hey, I hope this was edifying, man. So with that, I'm going to say, call Halayim, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekan Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned is true from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word to the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwath that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazah, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.